Mr. Chancellor, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the University of Virginia's College at Wise 2023 commencement ceremony. I am so pleased we're here together to celebrate the achievements of the graduates before us today. I'm delighted to welcome each of you as we witness and celebrate the class of 2023. The UVA Wise commencement ceremony is patterned after a ritual that has been repeated over the centuries at higher education institutions throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony originated in the Middle Ages. The mace is the symbol of authority of the university. However, the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focused on the future. Your future, graduates. Please join me in recognizing our distinguished guests. The Board of Visitors is the governing board of the University of Virginia and its divisions. The visitors guide us as we continue to grow and improve. Joining us today are Vice Rector Robert Hardy, who we'll hear from later in the program today, and Amanda Pillion, Vice Chair of the Committee on Wise, and Thomas A. DiPasquale also are joining us. I would also like to recognize Vice President and Dean of Students Robin Hadley, who is with us today, along with UVA President Jim Ryan, who has also joined us and will share greetings on behalf of the University of Virginia. Also, please join me. I'm pleased to have joining me on the platform are volunteer members of the UVA Wise College Board. They're excellent stewards of our college. Members present include Marcia Gillum, Chair of the College Board, who you will hear from shortly, Philip Levins, Dwayne Miller, Rhonda Perkins, Jimmy Atkins, Dr. Scott Linton, Fran Hunt, Catherine Curtis, Marvin Gillum, Karen Mullins, Dawn Green, and Ruby Rogers, along with our student member, Logan Smith. I'm pleased to acknowledge two other groups of dedicated volunteers who serve our college with enthusiasm and distinction: the UVA Wise Foundation Board and the UVA Wise Alumni Association Board. Alumni Association President Fran Hunt is with us today and will share greetings during the program. Thank you all for your ongoing support of our college. The University of Virginia was a lifelong dream of Mr. Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. UVA Wise is the university's only college off grounds and is an extension of Mr. Jefferson's vision for higher education. UVA Wise provides educational opportunity, economic development, and hope for a better future here in Southwest Virginia and throughout the Commonwealth. We believe, as did Mr. Jefferson, that an educated, reflective, and honorable citizenry is essential to the well-being of our families, our communities, and our republic. UVA Wise is a public liberal arts college. Our goal is to prepare students for successful careers, citizenship, and service. As UVA Wise alumni, they're leaders in medicine, business, law, politics, education, community service, military service, clergy, the sciences, and the arts, in essentially every walk of life. And you, the class of 2023, are well prepared to join the more than 12,000 alumni of the College at Wise. So class of 2023, you are a special group. You've shown up in many ways for your community, attending the Student Activities Fair and other events en masse, rebuilding clubs and organizations following the COVID-19 pandemic, and helping to host the most successful egg hunt for our local community in years. Your loyalty to be there for one another and for your community will serve you well into your future. And I suspect that your support for one another is also a central part of why you've been at UVA Wise at a historic time for our college. This year, we announced that we received a record number of applications for admissions to UVA Wise, and I'd like to commend you for your ambassadorship for your community as we build its future. You have a promising future ahead. You have choices to make and much work to do. So graduates, explore and endeavor to make sound choices, shoulder the necessary responsibilities, and lead yourself, your colleagues, and your communities in making a better world. Seek out and commit to the essentials in your lives, nurture your family, your friends, and your spirit as you journey away from us and out into the world. And remember, you will always have a home here at the University of Virginia's College at Wise. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Vice Rector of the Board of Visitors, Mr. Robert Hardy. He is co-chairman and CEO of H7 Holdings, LLC, and Level 1 Partners, LLC. Vice Rector Hardy is a triple who with a BA from UVA in 1987, an MBA from the Darden School in 1995, and a PhD from the Darden School in 1999. Please welcome Mr. Hardy to the lectern.
Thank you, Donna. Good morning. As a Roanoke native, it's great to be back in Southwest Virginia. On behalf of the university's Board of Visitors, I extend warm greetings and congratulations to the students, friends, and colleagues at UVA Wise. This is a day to celebrate the achievements of the graduating students who are gathered here today. As a first-generation college graduate, I would be remiss in not recognizing the parents and other family members present this morning, and many others who could not be here with you today. All of these people have made significant contributions to help our graduating students along the way, so this is a day of celebration of their achievements as well. We also celebrate the work of the faculty and staff at UVA Wise, who provide the teaching and support that makes this day possible. You deserve congratulations as well. I and my colleagues join family and friends, faculty and staff in celebrating the achievements of those graduating today. We are proud of you and all that you have accomplished. Our hope for you, with the knowledge and skills you have acquired, is to pursue a life of purpose, of meaningful accomplishments, lasting relationships, and personal fulfillment in all that you do. Finally, I hope you will choose a life of service in some way. You are here not only because of your efforts, but because of the efforts of many others who have helped you, directly or indirectly. You may not know these people, but believe me, we all stand on the shoulders of others. Give back to your college, your community, your state, your nation, your world. We need you to help make this world a better place for all of us. In closing, I can tell you that college at UVA changed my life. I hope it has changed yours as well. Today, as you begin this new phase of your lives, we say congratulations, good luck, and best wishes. Welcome to the UVA family.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce UVA President Jim Ryan. James E. Ryan serves as the 9th President of the University of Virginia. Since 2018, President Ryan has worked with dedicated colleagues across grounds to craft and secure approval of a new strategic plan for the university, to secure funding and approval for a new School of Data Science, to secure lead gifts for the Karst Institute of democracy and a new performing arts center, and to publicly launch a $5 billion capital campaign that has raised more than $4 billion in philanthropy with 3 years remaining. A first-generation college student, President Ryan received his A.D. in American Studies with distinction from Yale University, summa cum laude. He earned his J.D. from the University of Virginia, from which he graduated first in his class. After law school, Ryan clerked for William H. Rehnquist, the late Chief Justice of the United States, and then worked in Newark, New Jersey as a public interest lawyer before joining the law faculty at UVA. Ryan served as the Charles William Eliot Professor and Dean of the Harvard Graduate School of Education before returning to UVA as president. Please welcome President Jim Ryan to the lectern.
Thank you, Donna. Hello, Wise. Good morning and congratulations to the students who are graduating today, and congratulations to the friends, family, faculty, and staff who helped you reach this point. It is no small feat to graduate from college, and you should all be extraordinarily proud. I know that there are celebrations to come and other speeches to hear, so today my gift to the graduating class of 2023 is I will try to be brief. In fact, I only have one easy to remember piece of advice to share this year. But before I get to that, let me ask one question, just by show of hands. Who here has seen the show Ted Lasso? Okay. And then who hasn't? Okay. All right. So for those who haven't seen Ted Lasso, I actually have 2 pieces of advice. And the first piece of advice is watch the show Ted Lasso. As some of you know and others will learn, the show is about a U.S. college football coach who gets hired by an English professional soccer club for reasons that I can't remember. The show is about Ted's coaching the soccer team in life in London. It is funny and refreshing and charming. One of my favorite scenes from the show is when Ted is challenged to a game of darts in a pub by his boss's nasty ex-husband, who assumes, like everyone else at the pub who's watching, that Ted, because he's American, must be terrible at darts. Ted agrees to play and everyone makes a bet on the outcome, all betting against Ted. It's not until the game gets going that everyone realizes that actually Ted is extremely good at darts. After he gets bullseye after bullseye, he starts to explain that as a kid, he learned how to play darts by following his father every Saturday morning to a bar. And he explains that it was wrong for them to assume otherwise, and then he describes this billboard he saw as a kid with a quote on it from Walt Whitman that said, "Be curious, not judgmental." And that, in a nutshell, is the advice I want to pass along to all of you, and it's really simple. Stay curious. First, I hope you stay curious about the world around you and your community. In other words, I hope you stay engaged. When Thomas Jefferson founded the University of Virginia, his hope was to prepare students to be citizen leaders. By that he meant people who would be active citizens, engaged in the life of the young country, and not just bystanders or observers. That remains our goal today, and it remains my hope for all of you. One of the things that I admire most about WISE is the strong sense of community here. And communities get their strength from and rely on people being involved, people willing to pitch in. I hope you carry this with you because I can promise you that the world needs you. Second, I hope you stay curious about your work and your life. I know you're at a milestone in your academic careers. Graduation is truly a watershed moment, and you may feel a sense of finality, namely that the learning phase of your life is over and the doing phase is about to begin. But I'm here to tell you that this is definitely not the end of learning new things, and that in and of itself is a good thing. Your life will require more learning. You'll likely change jobs, if not careers, several times. You'll have the opportunity, if you take it, to learn new things outside of work. Some of you will learn, for example, what it's like to be a parent, which I can tell you is both amazing and humbling. I hope that you recognize and remember that one of the most important things you've learned in college is how to learn. And that's one lesson I hope stays with you. If you need a little inspiration, consider these examples. The singer Beyonce, who does not need additional income, recently took up beekeeping and makes hundreds of jars of honey per year. Ray Allen, a basketball star and NBA Hall of Famer, completed his bachelor's degree and graduated just last week from the University of Connecticut at age 47. And Julia Child, a famous chef, or once famous chef anyway, worked in advertising, media, and secret intelligence before writing her first cookbook when she was 50. And the last example I'll give is, I don't know about you, but I never even heard the word pickleball until about 3 years ago. And now I know many more people who play pickleball than football. All of these people did these things because they remained curious, and they remained confident, or at least optimistic, that they could learn new things. You now have a degree. That is proof that you can learn new things, and I hope that gives you the confidence to do just that. And finally, and most importantly, I hope you stay curious about other people. I don't think anyone would disagree that we're living in a time of pretty intense polarization. People are talking past each other, and those who disagree can't fathom how those on the so-called other side, whatever that side might be, they can't fathom how they believe what they do. In Washington, basic government functions are in danger of coming to a standstill because each side refuses to budge. Given this environment, if you want to accomplish any change in the world, whether at work, at home, or in your community, you're going to need to be able to engage with others. You're going to need to be able to build bridges and to find common ground. And you're going to need to be able to persuade others. But you will never persuade others if you don't fully understand their views or their motivations. So I encourage you strongly to stay curious about other people and put the work in to understand where they are coming from. It's not always an easy task, but it can be done. And I think the key, honestly, is simple. And that's to remember that everyone has a story. Everyone in this arena has a story. Don't assume that you know someone else before you know their stories. This is where it's important to be both curious and not judgmental. Learn someone's story first and talk politics second. My guess is that you've learned a lot of stories about other people while you were here, and my guess is that some surprised you, either because the story wasn't what you were expecting, or because you learned how much you had in common with someone you thought was completely different than you. Those stories that you learn and the stories that you share are the foundation of understanding and friendship. To give you just one very quick example, my guess is that you're thinking, okay, I'm the president of UVA, which means I must be a little boring, which is true. You're probably also thinking that my speech is keeping you from celebrating your graduation with your friends and family, also true. But what you might not guess is that I was adopted and met my biological mother for the first time very recently. She's an Irish immigrant, went on to get married and raise a family. She looks exactly like me, and she and her family during my entire childhood lived only 15 minutes from where I grew up. I tell you this not to make the speech about me, but to illustrate you will never know someone else's real story unless you remain curious enough to ask. Which brings me back to Ted Lasso. If the nasty ex-husband, or anyone else at the pub for that matter, had only asked Ted whether he was good at darts instead of assuming he wasn't, they probably wouldn't have made the bets they did. If they were curious and not judgmental, they would have fared much better. So that's my advice to you. Stay curious. It won't just help you when it comes to play or make a wager on darts. If you stay curious, I promise you, you'll find joy, success, and fulfillment in your life. And that when you gather for college reunions, you'll have some amazing stories to share with anyone curious enough to ask. Thank you for having me. It's a real honor to be with all of you, and congratulations again.
President Ryan. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Marcia Gillum, a graduate of the Clinch Valley College class of 1982 and chair of the UVA Wise College Board. Marcia was a founding partner of CSE Insurance Agency and president of CSE Financial Services until its merger with THG in 2013. She now serves as a risk manager in THG's Abingdon office. She's a benefactor who gives her time, talents, and treasure to many initiatives at our college. Marcia, please share your greetings on behalf of the college board.
Vice Rector of UVA Board of Visitors, Robert Hardy, other members of the Board of Visitors, Tom D. Squallen, Amanda Killian, UVA President Jim Ryan, distinguished platform party, UVA Wise College at Wise Board, local legislators, Chancellor Henry, faculty, staff, parents, guests, and members of the class of 2023. I bring you greetings on this special day on behalf of the University of Virginia's College at Wise Board. Our board of talented and devoted citizens is committed to supporting our college in its mission of student success and service to our region. We are so grateful to be with you and your families to share your joy and celebrate this milestone. The College at Wise was formed in 1954 to serve the populations of the coalfield counties of Southwest Virginia. Though it started as a two-year school, it was never a community college, but a small liberal arts school which sought to expose its students to a wider world of business, literature, history, language, and the visual and performing arts. The last category, arts, is what I wish to focus on, as my experience at this college opened a world which I never knew. The realization of a broader world made me want to see and experience new countries, new cultures, and to form new understandings of how civilizations slowly merged and became the world today. I'd like to briefly speak about how this school changed my life. As a 1978-1982 commuter student from Norton who attended Clinch Valley College, now the University of Virginia College at Wise, I enrolled in a required art history class taught by Professor Betty Gillen. As a business major, I thought, why do I need to take an art history class? Little did I know that during that semester, I learned so much about the arts and how they enrich and enhance our lives now, just as they did centuries ago. Slides of David by Michelangelo in the Academia Gallery, the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, the Mona Lisa in the Louvre in France, and the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican in Rome made me want to travel and see these treasures. I opened my mind to the possibility that awaited me and encouraged me as I graduated from this wonderful college. Now, 40 years later, I'm delighted to say that I've been fortunate through many trips with UVA Wise and others on my own. I've seen these treasures and many more. You may say, art isn't my thing, but visiting science museums, attending symphonies and concerts, or listening to lectures and readings by your favorite author may fulfill your hunger for knowledge. I hope a class or a professor has inspired, encouraged, and challenged you to think more openly and willing to venture outside of your comfort zone. I'll leave you with a few quotes that I find important to me and hopefully resonate with you as well. Better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. An investment in travel is an investment in yourself. Fill your life with experiences, not things. Have stories to tell, not stuff to show. Once a year, go somewhere you've never been. Everything I was, I carry with me. Everything I will be lies waiting on the road ahead. As you graduate today, we hope you will reflect on your time here at Wise, but look to the future with excitement and happiness. Our wish is that you leave a little lighter in worries, heavier in memories, experiences, and new friendships. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you so much, Marcia. I appreciate that. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Logan Smith, the President-elect of the UVA Wise Student Government Association. Logan has embodied the University of Virginia's College at Wise mission and has represented the college and fellow students on the College Board and before the University of Virginia Board of Visitors. He has served in the National Society of Leadership and Success, Circle K International, Student Advisory Committee, Tri Alpha Honor Society, the Darden Society, and the Alpha Gamma Omega Fraternity, as well as serving as the Student Facility Manager at the Oxbow Center. Logan has been the Treasurer and Sophomore Senator of the Student Government Association and will serve as President next academic year. He also served as Assistant to the Prosecutor and Acting Defense on the Honor Court, as well as Resident Assistant. Logan is a recipient of the Carl W. Smith Chancellor Scholarship, SGA Student Leader Scholarship, Julia Heisey Scholarship, the Ryan McLaughlin Foundation Scholarship, Peak Honors Program Scholar, and has been on the UVA Wise Dean's List for multiple semesters. Logan, we're pleased for you to share your greetings on behalf of the student body.
Good morning, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and most importantly, the CAPS class of 2023. You all have come a long way to get to this point, and all of your supporters are here with us today. Couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. You all have come from many different academic backgrounds and have taken different paths, but today you all stand together as one united class. As an involved student leader and next year's Student Government Association president, it has been an honor to work with and serve with the many dedicated individuals from this class. I've witnessed firsthand the dedication, passion, and hard work that each of you has put in, not only into your studies, but into your extracurriculars that keep the students of our campus engaged and refreshed. I want to take a moment to thank the faculty and staff for their guidance and support throughout our time here. The knowledge and wisdom they have imparted on us will stay with us for a lifetime. They have helped shape us into the individuals we are today and have played a crucial role in our academic and personal growth. As we move forward, I urge each of you to continue to be curious, just as President Ryan mentioned, he stole my thunder a little bit, and to never stop learning. The liberal arts education you've received here at UVA Wise has provided you with a broad range of knowledge and skills, and it is up to you to use them to make a difference in this world. The liberal arts education allows us to think critically, communicate effectively, and to understand the world around us. These are the skills that will help you navigate the world around us, and overcome the challenges we encounter in the future. I encourage each of you to use this knowledge confidently because I know and understand the rigors and challenges that you all face during this period. So do not be bashful with this knowledge, but be brave. I also want to remind you to stay true to yourself. The world is constantly changing, and it can be easy to get caught up in the pressures of society. But remember, you are unique, you have something special to offer, and you are a UVA Wise Cavalier. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in and speak your truth. It's important to remember that your voice matters and that you do have the power to make a difference in this world. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, I urge you to remember the lessons you've learned here and to continue to grow and learn. The world is a vast and exciting place, full of opportunities and new experiences, but remember, this is cheesy. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, guys. Come on. But lastly, I want to remind you to stay connected to this community. You may be leaving this college, but you will be forever a part of it. Keep in touch with your classmates and the faculty and staff who have supported and guided you throughout your time here. These connections can serve as a valuable network in the future and help you in your personal and professional lives. Graduates, you've accomplished something truly remarkable today, and I'm honored to be a part of it. I wish you all the best as you embark on the next chapter of your lives. And congratulations, class of 2023, and go Cavs, go.
Thank you, Logan. It is now my pleasure to introduce our honorary student speaker, Ms. Ashlyn Mullins of Wise, Virginia. Ms. Mullins is already renowned at UVA Wise for her on-stage performances in the Department of Visual and Performing Arts. A theater major who is minoring in music, Ms. Mullins has served the college by producing Oliver Linsley's The Terrible Infants this year, has worked with the Appalachian Center for the Arts over the past 4 years. She is president of Concert Choir, a member of the Darden Society, a member of Ars Nova, student president of the theater department, and part of the college's Bluegrass Ensemble. She earned several scholarships to attend UVA Wise, including the Betty Jones Gillum Scholarship, the Ruby Nell Haywoods Music Scholarship, the Clinton and Lucille Lambert Scholarship, and the Luther F. and Lou Emma Addington Memorial Scholarship. Following her graduation today, Ms. Mullins has accepted a position as Artistic Director for Pro Arts Camp Create, a summer camp for 4th through 8th graders, who she will help perform a version of Finding Nemo. Please welcome Ashlyn to the lectern.
Good morning, class of 2023. Hello, proud parents, families, friends, distinguished faculty, staff, and guests. Some of you may be looking at me now and wondering, who is this person and why is she speaking to me today? Honestly, I've asked myself that exact same question several times. When I received the email saying that I had been chosen as a finalist for the immense honor of being your student speaker, 3 things immediately popped into my brain. The first, confusion. Is this spam mail? Did they send this to the wrong person? The second was fear. What on earth was I supposed to say? And the third, excitement. Oh my God, you guys, I feel like I'm woods. Well, now that I've given you a theatrical reference that I hope at least some of you understood, let me introduce myself. My name is Ashlyn Mullins. I'm a first-generation college student, and I'm a Wise Virginia native, and I love this college. I'm standing here in front of you today as the first ever theater major chosen to give the student address. Now you might make this job a little easier, and in some ways it does, but as a performer, an actor, and a singer, the lines are usually always written for me. Composing these words for you today has been a challenge to say the least, but as Her Majesty Dolly Parton says, you'll never do a whole lot unless you're brave enough to try. So, here I stand in my high heels, channeling my inner Dolly, resisting the urge to break out into song, and ready to speak to you from the heart. Some of you may have never entered our campus here, or our theater here on campus. You may have never watched or played or listened to a live orchestra. You may not have a clue what tremendous amounts of work it takes to stage a production, and you might not think that we have a lot in common. But as a theater major, I actually represent all of us. As a first-generation college graduate, I represent many of us, especially those of us from this area. I represent what we can all accomplish when we set our sights on a goal. In studying theater, we study life. Of course, we learn about acting, we learn to stage a scene, but we also learn about design, construction, lighting, and stage management. We're hands-on, learning to communicate effectively and to work with others from all walks of life. We take aspects of every department and incorporate them into the telling of stories. We entertain, we educate, we uplift and inform. These things prepare me for more than just a stage. They prepare us for life outside of these walls. And you might still be thinking, what does any of that have to do with me? Well, in truth, we're all just part of a great big story. We're all interconnected in some way. We're bound together through a series of adventures and a cast of characters, weaving throughout our lives, molding and shaping us, influencing our choices and directing our paths. In our time here, we've grown so much and changed, and no matter what we've been through, no matter what we've overcome, how many accomplishments or failures we've had, friends who have come and gone, or those who have stuck by us through it all, Every single step that we've taken, every good or bad choice we've made, they've all become part of our stories. The stories that led us here to this moment, ready to graduate from an incredible place that we've had the privilege to call home. One of the most amazing things about this institution, the something special that's found here, is the opportunity to truly cultivate professional relationships with our professors. Our professors have been our mentors, our advocates, and our cheerleaders. They've challenged us, nurtured us, and helped us to become the best possible versions of ourselves. We've had the chance to connect with them on a personal level, to learn from their experiences, and to build relationships that will last a lifetime. We've been taught to challenge the status quo and break out of our comfort zones. We've been given opportunities and had lessons that were tailored to our specific strengths and our weaknesses. That kind of personalized and dedicated coursework is something that we never would have been able to receive at a larger institution. Personally, I'm forever grateful for the opportunities that I've had to learn from such talented and devoted educators who helped me grow not only as a person, but as a performer as well. At UVA Wise, I was never just a number. None of us were. If you took any of the opportunities that were offered to you here, you know exactly what I mean. Because we attend a small liberal arts college, we not only have the chance to know and work with our professors and students inside of our majors, but also to branch out and explore courses and subjects that might not have originally sparked our interest. These courses may have impacted us in unexpected ways, like teaching us which plants will kill us if consumed, thanks Dr. Hewish, or even led us to a change in majors after finding our true calling and the support of an unexpected community. In my 4 years as a student at the University of Virginia's College at Wise, I have constantly been supported both on and off campus. I feel so fortunate to have a community here and in the town of Wise that celebrates me in my successes and supports me in my failures. And believe me, I've had my share of failures. Odds are every single one of us in this building today have heard the word no. And if you haven't yet, I can guarantee that one day you will. As a performer, I hear the word no constantly. In fact, one of my first memories of theater is rejection. And rejection and failure can be so discouraging. However, it's important to learn and remember that success is not immediate, and that resilience and perseverance are the keys to achieving our goals. Some of the most successful people we know have faced more rejections and failures than we can imagine. The trick is not to let these setbacks define us, but instead to make a choice, and yes, it is a choice, to push past the disappointments and continue to work hard, hone our crafts, set new goals, and surround ourselves with supportive people who believe in us and our talents. During my time at UVA Wise, I learned the importance of taking risks. Stepping outside of our comfort zones, making ourselves vulnerable, and putting ourselves in the spotlight can be completely terrifying. But doing so opens us up to new experiences and opportunities that we never may have encountered. We've all had moments in our lives where we've forgotten a line or missed a cue. We've all stayed up until 3 a.m. wondering if something we said 4 years ago gave somebody the wrong first impression of us, replaying that conversation over and over again in our thoughts. Why do our brains do that anyway? Where are the psychology majors? Somebody tell me why that happens. It's in these moments that we've learned to be resilient, to laugh at ourselves and embrace the unexpected. We've been challenged and we've been stretched, but hopefully we've become stronger, better, and more compassionate people because of it. As we go out into the world, taking the knowledge of our own imperfections, we can make a difference by supporting and uplifting each other, embracing our individuality and celebrating our differences, expressing ourselves authentically and pursuing our passions regardless of gender, race, or any other factors that society may use to divide us. Here at UVA Wise, I've had the opportunity to take risks, to break down barriers, and challenge the status quo. But it's still all too easy to get caught up in the expectations of others and follow the path that somebody else has laid out for us. There is no straight path in art or in life. No single path to success. Sometimes there's no path at all. We must break down the walls of self-doubt and push past the fear of judgment from others, taking whatever life throws our way, and understand that failure is not the end of the road, but rather a stepping stone on our own personal journeys. As a performer, saying goodbye is just another part of the journey. Closing the show is emotional, challenging, and bittersweet. Of course, we all celebrate the hard work and dedication that we poured into the production, cherish the relationships formed along the way, try to learn from or forget the bad, and hopefully put a few dollars in our pockets. But in all seriousness, we're here today because someone believed in us. Whether you stood alone in that belief or you had an audience cheering you on. I want to take a moment to thank my audience of supporters. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Dr. Peter Ryan, for nominating me as a student speaker. Thank you, Chancellor Henry, for allowing me the opportunity to represent my graduating class. And thank you to my parents, family, professors, mentors, and lifelong friends. You all mean the world to me. As we prepare to draw the curtain on this scene in our lives, I'll leave you with these words by acclaimed actress Sherry Renee Scott. That's the scary thing about theater. It doesn't live on. But that's actually the most beautiful thing about it too. That's why it's more beautiful than film and certainly more beautiful than television, because it's like life. Real life. Any picture you take or any video that you make of yourself is not really you. It's only an image that represents the experience you had. In theater, the process of it is the experience. Everyone goes through that process and everyone has the experience together. It doesn't last, only in people's memories and in their hearts. That's the beauty and the sadness of it. But that's life, beauty and sadness. As you leave here today, take with you the knowledge that you are more than just a career. Your value is worth more than that piece of paper that you will carry out into the world that promises to know your real diploma in a few weeks. Take with you the beauty and the sadness of this day, along with joy and optimism for the future. So now, class of 2023, it's time for your standing ovation. You're here, you made it. Congratulations. Thank you.
have the distinct pleasure of introducing today's keynote speaker, Ms. Judy Harding, an alumna of Clinch Valley College and a retired leader in the field of engineering. After graduating from Clinch Valley College with a bachelor's degree in mathematics, Ms. Harding earned an engineering degree from the University of Virginia. She began her career working for Shell Oil in New Orleans, Louisiana, later moving to Calgary, Alberta, where she held various leadership roles as an engineer and manager for companies including Dome Petroleum and Talisman Energy. Not only did she pursue a career in the field of engineering at a time when few women did, Ms. Harding also harnessed her talents to serve others, resulting in management experience and leadership opportunities. Before retiring, Harding became the president of Fortuna Energy Incorporated and later vice president of Talisman Energy Incorporated. Please join me in welcoming Judy Harding to UVA Wise's commencement. Ms. Harding, please come forward.
Good morning. Thank you. And thank you, President Ryan, our platform party, esteemed faculty and staff, alumni, proud family, and devoted friends. You all have contributed in your own way in making this class of 2023. Ooh, gosh, 2003. That's a long time ago. And most of all, congratulations, class of 2023. This is a big day. Today, graduate. The community of your supporters and biggest fans are here to celebrate this achievement with you. It wasn't always easy, and sometimes it was downright tough, but here you are. And what a great Mother's Day gift this is for your daughters. If you're a proud parent or grandparent, this event is bittersweet. You're proud of your young adult, and at the same time, sad in the realization that your sweet baby is gone. I'm going to say, I have prepared my speech. You know, I thought about it, well, it's all been said already. And it has. Everybody up here said the same thing, but what was really exciting about that is that there's common themes of the things that make UVA Wise special. And you hear it from me, who was here 50 years ago, about, all the way up to people that are here and will still be here. And that's a very, I feel, a very good commentary on the quality of the education and experience we've all had here at UVA. Graduates, you were blessed in your time at UVA Wise to have professors that you knew, took an interest in you, coached you, taught you to critically think, to test your limits and push beyond, to question and not accept the status quo. You thrived in a tight-knit community of instructors and learners, among people who accepted you, believed in you, supported you, and wanted you to succeed. For many of you, this was exactly what you needed at this point in your life. You're now well prepared for the world, and the world is waiting on you. But you'll cry, I promise, even if only on the inside, when you say goodbye to your friends and those that meant the most to you. To move forward, you must leave some things behind that can be painful. Bask in this glorious achievement one more day. For tomorrow, UVA Wise will be in the rearview mirror, and you'll be on the road to your future. Some of you may know where you're going and can't wait to get there. Others will take the scenic route. Whichever way you head into the future, enjoy the ride. And if you're in a convertible, put the top down. Commencement speeches, and this is my first, by as I've read, that it'll be about the graduates, not about the speaker. And I thought, well, how boring is that if I can't talk about me? I did Google best commencement speeches. Google is my friend. I have it in my iPhone all the time. Google informed me that one of the best commencement speeches was given to the Harvard graduation class of 2005 by Stephen Jobs, co-founder of Apple. In his speech, he told 3 stories all about himself, with the thought of some of the things he had learned in his lifetime and worth sharing. Well, if he can break the rules, so can I. On the other hand, I suppose I could have really broken the rules and done away with much of the effort and had ChatGPT write my commencement speech. Who'd know the difference? Seriously. I went to UVA Wise, as I said, almost 50 years ago. When I stepped onto the grounds, I had no idea what I wanted to study. After consulting with my advisor, I decided to study mathematics. I was pretty good at it at the time. As I was finishing my degree, I considered completing a master's in mathematics. My professors here at the time told me about another option, a program at the University of Virginia that would allow me to graduate with a BS degree in engineering science. So off I went. There I completed a master's in engineering. My engineering degree opened up opportunities for me, but unfortunately, none of them, as I had hoped, were close to home. So off I went again to New Orleans for my first job. Stephen Jobs, in his commencement speech, told the graduates that you have to believe in yourself, trust your instinct, and the decisions you make. You can't know where they will lead you. It is only in hindsight, after many years, that you can connect the dots. Looking back, I can say with all sincerity that going to UVA Wise was one of the best decisions I ever made. I came here a poor, as in low-income, naive, non-confident young woman. At UVA Wise, I was encouraged to believe in myself and find my voice. Of course, my father's voice, which I had by now internalized because I had heard it so often, telling me, Kate never did do nothing, also served as a great motivator. In my freshman year, my voice was quiet. I was unsure and self-conscious. I was often asked in class to speak up. By the time I left, I was asked to shut up. Just kidding. I credit the UVA Wise environment for helping me find my voice. The testimonials of current students published on UVA's website, as well as the speeches I've heard today, confirms this environment still exists, and that makes me very happy. Having learned to believe in myself while here, it was much easier for me to adapt to the larger university setting at UVA and then to go forth into the world. It was still scary, but by then I had enough confidence to overcome my fears and the loneliness I felt as I left home for good for a long time. Here I am back. With my first job, I imagined after a short training stint, I would be placed in a role that was in line with my studies, civil engineering. That didn't happen. Never did happen, actually. And may not happen to you either. You must use your skills and adapt. I continued to gain additional knowledge and skills in multiple areas of the oil and gas business, achieving progressive levels of leadership. I could and would tackle most any job that needed to be done. I was not afraid to use my voice, often challenging the conventional ways of doing things, particularly when they made no sense to me. Learning new things, fixing things, implementing new ways of doing things, applying technology, and of course, working with people. I had found my passion. As new opportunities presented themselves, I moved on. My leaving became someone else's opportunity. Be prepared to seize the next opportunity. Sometimes I stumbled, sometimes I failed, but in the end, I dusted myself off and I could not have foreseen that my future would unfold like it did. If someone had told me, I would not have believed them. Looking back from here, I can now connect the dots. You don't know what you don't know, but by moving forward, you will discover even more. Your passion may be in the area you've been trained for, or not, or it may only be tangentially related. Your degree will give you more options than you might otherwise have, but you're more than what your degree says you are. You are a unique bundle of talents, interests, knowledge, skills, and personality. It's time for you to live your passion. Work hard. Hard work never kills anybody. And if you love what you do, it won't seem like work. Your passion will drive you. And fortunately, hard work never goes unnoticed. If you have the talent of leadership, you know that it is not about telling people what to do. It's about creating an environment where everyone can succeed. It's not about them serving you, it's about you serving them. And creating an organization that can not only survive you, but continue to thrive without you. Lots of opportunities will come your way. Do not be afraid if the opportunity doesn't look like what you expect. See the challenge, find the joy, and be fearless. You never know where it will lead you. Oh, yeah, one more thing. In closing, I'd like to share a quote from Winnie the Pooh. Promise me you'll always remember. You're braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. It is my pleasure to call upon UVA Wise Provost Tricia Holtz-Bennett, who will present the candidates for graduation. Will the faculty marshals please come forward and lead the candidates for graduation to the stage to receive their baccalaureate degrees. Raymond Abbott. Anu Ashampong. Gavin Brooks Burkheim. Megan Black. Abigail Grace Blankenship. Rachel Gabrielle Blank, magna cum laude. Emily Grace Bellamy. Marissa Jewel Bowling, cum laude. Alyssa Marie Brennan. Jessica Renee Brown. Joel Ryan Burgess. Samuel Christopher Beister. Charles Calvin Campbell, cum laude. James Wesley Campbell II, cum laude. Christopher Travis Cantor. Connor Joseph Cantor. Dakota Blake Cantrell, summa. Emma Catherine Chandler. Andrew Scott Christian. Lance Walker Colley. Bryson Douglas Collins. Joseph Wade Collins, magna cum laude. Madison Noel Collins, magna cum laude. Derek McKinley Cotton. Zachary Levi Cunningham, cum laude. Cameron Alexis Darrington. Kendall Shannon Davids. Kayla Rain Davis. Eliza Hope Deal, magna cum laude, college honors. Alicia Renee Davis. Haley Duckett, cum laude. Emma Grace Deal, cum laude. Jordan Elizabeth Evans. Landon Jeffrey Elkins, magna cum laude. Andrew Joseph Erickson, summa. McKenna Joe Baldwin, cum laude. Callista Fields, cum laude. Caden Trey Fisher. Brett Madison Freeman, magna cum laude. Brittany Jean Gentry. Kiera Annabelle Priscilla Gibson. Rachel Paige Gibson Anderson, summa cum laude. Jace Christopher Giles. Heather Nicole Gilly, summa cum laude. Connor Giza. Caitlin O'Shea Grant. James Thomas Greenwood. Amos Padre Green. Shaylin Faye Gross, summa cum laude. Taylor Rose Beck, magna cum laude. Aaron Lee Hammonds, cum laude. Markel Antonio Harris. Mara Emily Haven. Andrew James Hilton. Kyle Cicero Hill. Kyle Montgomery Hayden. Armani Elijah Hoffman. Dominique Hoffman. Athena Isabella Crowe. Brittany Brianna Horton, magna cum laude. Caitlin Savannah Howard. Noah James Huff. Lucas Hughes. Riley Alexis Hunt. Abby Savannah Hilton. Peyton Lee Hilton. Daniel Idronai Jefferson. Robert W. Joe Jr. Daniel Alexander Johnson. Jordan Alexis Jones. Kaya Danielle Jones. Christian Kyle Kennedy. Leah Madison Kessler, magna cum laude. John
Robert Kilgore, magna cum laude. Jerry Kenny. Victoria Manus. Tyler Magny. Amber Nicole McCallum. Lauren McCoy, cum laude. Carly Rain McKenzie. Kaylee Ross McKinney. Elizabeth Grace McReynolds. Lindsay Hannah Mead, cum laude. Trevor Wesley Mead, magna cum laude, college honors. Hunter Austin Metter, cum laude. Allie Marie Miller, magna cum laude. Sarah Denise Miller. Elizabeth Minor. Sarah Elizabeth Moore. Ashlyn Gabrielle Mullins, summa cum laude. Haley Catherine Mullins. Noah Blake Mullins, cum laude. Olivia Bailey Mullins, summa cum laude.
Darian Ahmad Newton. Marion Maylin Nee, summa cum laude. Remington Scott Oates. Alyssa Richey Padilla. Tyra Danielle Parks. Caitlin Olivia Parker, magna cum laude. Aubrey Kate Henley, cum laude. Austin Chase Henry. Peyton Alexandria Perkins. Hunter Phillips. Zoe Brooke Phillips, magna cum laude. Haley Alyssa Powell. Alyssa Leanne Potter. Kayla Nicole Powers, cum laude. Noah Travers. Lyndon Scott Riddle, cum laude. Camelia Lee Reynolds, cum laude. Lexi Monique Rowe. Michaela Danielle Richards. Hannah Elizabeth Faith Robinson, cum laude. Catherine Lee Roller. Daniel Isaac Rose. Lindsay Linnell Rose, magna cum laude. Olivia Celine Salazar. Lily Anne-Marie Sanders, summa cum laude. Christian Dale Sayers. Savannah Jean Shear, magna cum laude. Sadie Lee Sexton, magna cum laude. Amber Shackleton. Samuel Anthony Shackleton. Amanda Marie Shoemaker, cum laude. John Lee Short, magna cum laude. Dylan Wade James,
Ventito, summa cum laude. Garrett Wall, cum laude. Emily Sierra Ward, magna cum laude. Samuel Colton Watkins. Andrew Lane White. Heather Hash Wilson, summa cum laude. Megan Destiny Nicole Wilson. Will the candidates for graduation please rise? Chancellor Henry, ladies and gentlemen, the attainment of the baccalaureate degree is a significant achievement, one that can be claimed by only about a quarter of Americans. For years, these students have persevered in their studies and now are ready to claim this distinction and receive baccalaureate degrees. They have demonstrated to the satisfaction of the faculty the hallmarks of educated people, a capacity to think clearly and creatively, the character necessary to live as active and responsible citizens, and the intellectual curiosity to continue their own education beyond the university. On behalf of the faculty of the college, I now present to you the graduating class of 2023 for the conferring of their degrees.
Thank you, Provost Bennett. With the approval of the faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing, respectively, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassels. We are thrilled to have set the path and joined you on that journey. Please be seated. A few years ago, we began a new tradition at our commencement ceremony, the commissioning of our ROTC graduates as second lieutenants in the U.S. Army. I am so pleased we are joined in the audience by the families of our cadets. We are proud of these young people who made a commitment to their home and country. And thank you to all of the active service members and veterans in the audience. Without further ado, I would like to now invite Captain Kyle Renee to lead this part of the program.
Cadets, post. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, fellow officers, and most importantly, the exceptional cadets before us today. I stand here in awe of the journey that has brought us all together. Now, before I dive into the remarkable accomplishment of these 6 outstanding individuals, allow me to lighten the atmosphere with a quote explaining the leadership and bonds it builds. You see, leadership isn't just about giving orders and making tough decisions. It's about fostering connections and building a team that can weather any storm. I once heard a wise old sergeant say, leadership is like a roll of duct tape. It might not seem glamorous, but when things get tough, it holds everything together. So cadets, remember to embrace your inner duct tape and lead with the knowledge that your resilience and guidance will build and bind your team in times of hardship. Now, let's turn our attention to the incredible milestone we're celebrating today. The commissioning ceremony marks the largest gathering of newly commissioned officers the University of Virginia's College at Wise has witnessed in its proud 13-year history of commissioning officers through the ROTC program. It is a testament to the strength, caliber, and support of this institution and the unwavering commitment of these remarkable cadets. It is my honor to introduce the individuals who have successfully completed this journey. Each of them has proven their mettle and earned their place among the finest officers our nation has offered. Please join me in congratulating Ian Anderegg, Connor Giza, Joseph Collins, James Graybill, Zachary Cunningham, and Robert Jones. These cadets have faced countless challenges throughout their 4-year journey, and they have emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to embark on their active duty assignments. Their commitment to excellence, both in the classroom and on the field, is a reflection of their steadfast spirit and their unyielding pursuit of greatness. It is through the combination of their grades, physical fitness, and rigorous leadership assessments that these 6 individuals have earned their place as commissioned officers. As we stand here today witnessing the culmination of their hard work and sacrifice, let us remember that this achievement would not have been possible without the support and guidance of their families, friends, and mentors. So to that, to the parents who have provided love and encouragement, to the friends who have offered a helping hand and listening ear, and to the mentors who have shaped these cadets into the exceptional leaders they are today, we extend our deepest gratitude. In conclusion, I want to reiterate my heartfelt congratulations to these 6 cadets. Today we celebrate not only your achievements, but also the countless hours of dedication, perseverance, and sacrifice that has brought you to this moment. As you step into the next chapter of your lives as commissioned officers, may you continue to embody the values of honor, duty, and selfless service that has brought you here. Embrace the challenge, embrace the opportunities, and never forget bonds forged through leadership and shared hardship. For these 6, Cadet Ian Anderegg will be an EOD officer and go to training at Fort Gregg Adams, Virginia, followed on to by Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. Cadet Zachary Cunningham will be a transportation officer and will begin his training as a basic officer at Fort Gregg Adams, Virginia. Cadet Joseph Collins will be reporting to Navasol, Alabama as an aviation officer, and he will be attending the Army Aviation Center for Excellence. Cadet Connor Giza will be a military police officer, and he will be beginning training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Cadet James Graybill was recognized as a distinguished military graduate, which He will be heading to Fort Moore, Georgia, to do his infantry basic training, followed on to Ranger School. Cadet Robert Jobe will additionally be attending Fort Moore, Georgia, where he will, too, attend infantry school, followed on by Ranger School. I will now administer the oath. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Commander.
I, Zachary Buckingham.
Joseph Lee Collins.
I, James Thomas Graybill.
I, Robert Wade Jobe Jr.
Having been appointed officer in the United States Army,
Having been appointed officer in the United States Army,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental
or
reservation
purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of which I am about to enter.
of the office of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The Army's newest second lieutenants. At this time, each officer's family will now attach second lieutenant rank to their uniform. We are now going to perform the unique Army tradition where the newly commissioned officers will receive their first salute. Each lieutenant will award a silver dollar, signifying the deep sense of gratitude for the knowledge that the enlisted soldiers, especially the COs, have passed on to them during their training to this point. Second Lieutenant Ian Vanderay will receive his first salute from Sergeant First Class Holt. Second Lieutenant Zachary Cunningham will also be receiving his first salute from Sergeant First Class Holt. brother, Staff Sergeant Cody Collins. Second Lieutenant Connor Giza will be receiving his first salute from his grandfather, Gunnery Sergeant Retired. Second Lieutenant James Graybill will be receiving his first salute from his godfather, Petty Officer, First Class Joey Gordon. Second Lieutenant Robert Joe will be receiving his first salute from his father, Chief Warrant Officer 3, retired Robert Joe Sr. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Army's newest Second Lieutenant.
Congratulations to the newest Second Lieutenants in the U.S. Army. The UVA Wise Alumni Association is active in the life of the college and contributes to our academic community in so many ways, including their time, their gifts, and their ideas. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Fran Hunt, class of 1980, and President of the Alumni Association, who will formally induct our graduates into the Alumni Association.
President of the UVA Wise Alumni Association. On behalf of the association, I'm honored to congratulate you on completing your undergraduate degree. You have achieved tremendous personal milestone in your life, and I applaud you for your stellar accomplishment. As you move on to the next chapter of your life, I want to encourage you to stay connected to UVA Wise. Share your personal milestones. Return to campus for alumni weekend. Participate in college events in and outside of Wise. Always remember that each of you is a UVA Wise success story. The key component of success is achievement. Alumni giving, whether time or money, is a cornerstone of the success of UVA Wise. The gift of time is valuable, whether you introduce a potential new student to the college, share your highlight there with others, or even come back as a guest lecturer. If you put in enough time, and give enough of your time and energy, you become suited up in one of these fine outfits. Monetary contributions of any size make a permanent impact on student lives. As many of you know, from the benefits of scholarships and so forth. As you leave here today, remember that UVA Wise will forever be your home. Our alumni hall serves as a gathering place to make new friends and reconnect with old ones. From personal experience, I cherish the memories of the college and continue to make new memories as I stay involved with the Alumni Association. At this time, I would like for y'all graduates to take to stand up. Before we go any further, I'd like you to look around the arena and find your family and friends and loved ones and give them.
I love you, Riley!
If you all would please turn around and face the faculty and do just as the same. Why y'all be ready to give a round of applause? UVA Wise is now your alma mater, and each of you will help to define its future. By the authority invested in me, I pronounce you members of the University of Virginia College of Wise Alumni Association. Those of you in attendance today who are alumni of CVC and UVA Wise, please stand. These are a few of the 12,000 strong. I believe Mr. Jefferson and the founders of our college will be very proud. Hope to see you all back on campus October 2nd to the 7th for homecoming weekend. Congratulations, thank you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. I'm now pleased to ask everyone to stand and sing along with the choir of the alma mater, Dogwood and Rhododendron. You can find the lyrics printed on page 13 of your commencement students achieve success. Faculty, oh, everybody's already up. Accept our thanks for your good work. Thank you to our many faculty, staff, and students, and volunteers who have tirelessly planned and coordinated today's events. Parents, spouses, grandparents, and other family members of the graduates, you've supported the graduates and helped them achieve their dream of a college education. Graduates, please thank your families with a round of applause. Graduates, I speak for all members of our college community when I tell you how very proud we are of you. Remember, you're not leaving UVA Wise behind. You will always be a part of the UVA Wise family. Your achievements and service to others will contribute to the greatness of UVA Wise for years to come. You have our very best wishes for success and happiness throughout your lives. As a parting gift to you in your clear bags, the Napoleon Hill Foundation and the college are providing each graduate with a book, The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter, and How to Make the Most of Them Now, by UVA Professor Meg J. I think you will find it to be insightful and helpful as you embark on this new chapter in your lives. Please enjoy it and be sure to reflect on the good advice you take in it. This concludes our program. Congratulations. Graduates and audience, please stand and remain standing if you're until the end of the recession. Will the Grand Marshal, Deputy Grand Marshal, Gonfalon, and Poor Farm Mace Bearer please come forward?
My little chicken nugget.